Around the same time, another group of progressive black women were gathering in Boston, Massachusetts under the direction of suffragist and intellectual Josephine St. Pierre Ruffin under the name Federation of Afro-American Women. As both organizations had similar ambitions and audiences, they combined their efforts with hundreds of other organizations to reach a wider focus of black women workers, students and activists nearing the beginning of the 20th century. Out of this union formed the National Association of Colored Women, which became the first secular national organization dedicated to the livelihoods of black women in America. The NACW's motto is, "Lifting as we climb," and they aim to create solidarity among black women while combating racial discrimination. Among other initiatives, members created day nurseries and kindergartens for black children. Terrell was twice elected president, serving from 1896 to 1901. After declining a third re-election, she was named honorary president of the association. In 1910, Terrell founded the College Alumni Club, which later became the National Association of University Women, NAUW. The league started a training program in kindergarten before being included in the Washington, D.C. public school system. Having been an avid suffragist during her years as an Oberlin student, Terrell continued to be active in the happenings within suffragist circles in the National American Woman Suffrage Association. Through these meetings she became associated with Susan B. Anthony, an association which Terrell describes in her biography as delightful, helpful friendship, which lasted until Anthony's death in 1906. Terrell also came to know Elizabeth Cady Stanton in 1893 around the same time she met Susan B. Anthony. What grew out of Terrell's association with NAWSA was a desire to create a formal organizing group among black women in America to tackle issues of lynching, the disenfranchisement of the race, and the development of educational reform. As one of the few African American women who was allowed to attend NAWSA's meetings, Terrell spoke directly about the injustices and issues within the African American community. On February 18, 1898, Terrell gave an address titled, "The Progress of Colored Women," at the National American Woman Suffrage Association biennial session in Washington, D.C. This speech was a call of action for NAWSA to fight for the lives of black women. It was also during this session that Terrell addressed the double burden African American women were facing. Terrell believed that, when compared to white women, African American women has to overcome not only their sex, but race as well. The speech received great reception from the association and black news outlets, ultimately leading Terrell to be invited back as an unofficial, black, ambassador for the association. Though many black women were concerned and involved in the fight for American women's right to vote, the NAWSA did not allow black women to create their own chapter within the organization. Terrell went on to give more addresses, such as "In Union There Is Strength," which discussed the need for unity among black people, and "What It Means to Be Colored in the Capital of the U.S., in which she discussed her own personal struggles that she faced as an African American woman in Washington, D.C. Terrell also addressed the Seneca Falls Historical Society in 1908 and praised the work of woman suffragists who were fighting for all races and genders alongside their primary causes. In A Colored Woman in a White World, Terrell recalls how she was able to navigate her college years at the predominantly white-attended Oberlin with a sense of ease due to her racial ambiguity. She never passed as white at Oberlin, which was founded by abolitionists and accepted both white and black students even before the Civil War. In fact, her gender made her stand out more in her predominantly male classes. In subsequent years, it can be noted that she understood her mobility as a white-passing African American woman as necessary to creating greater links between African Americans and white Americans, thus leading her to become an active voice in NAWSA.